Hi everyone! We have an exciting video today. I'm excited anyway, I hope you guys are too. But I bought something. But I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is. We do have to go work on it today, but I can't tell you what we have to work on because then it'll give it away, I think. Or it'll give some of the surprise away, and I want you guys to be surprised. So before I show you, leave your comments as to what you think it is down in the comments. Let me think of a hint that won't entirely give it away. It's not an animal. I'll say that because my dad thought I bought a horse. Oh, and Trooper's down here. Oh, he's such a loyal boy. Everybody say good boy, Trooper.
Good boy, Trooper.
God, I love him. Oh, and ignore all the stuff in my back seat. I've got parts, and I had to go get a bunch of graphite today from We Plant Beans, and I have 2 boxes of stuff I need to donate. But anyway, we're here. So without further ado, my newest purchase, maybe a financial mistake, but I really hope not. All right guys, real quick before I show you my surprise, I have a question for you. Do you ever wonder how companies keep getting your email, your phone number, your home address without you ever giving it to them? Turns out there are companies called data brokers, and their whole job is collecting and selling your personal information. I'm talking your name, your phone number, your work phone number, where you live, your family, where your family lives, all of it. And then they sell it to whoever's paying. Some of them even publish that information online for anyone to see. So if you've ever received a scam phone call, data broker. Have you guys ever got one of those sketchy text messages that is like, your package could not be delivered, please call and give your card information or whatever? Yeah, data brokers. So those are some more small scale things that could happen. Or you could face identity theft, stalking. It's dangerous, guys, okay? Trust me, it's not a joke. So I signed up for Incogni. They contact data brokers for you, tell them to remove your information. They handle all the back and forth, and you don't have to lift a finger. And if your information pops up again, they'll go after it again. So when I signed up, I'm not kidding you, within seconds, it was probably 30 seconds, they had already confirmed 39 websites had deleted my information. And I honestly didn't realize how exposed I was online until I opened my dashboard on Incogni and saw just how many websites had my information. Seeing that number at first made me feel sick, but knowing that Incogni has my back makes me feel way more in control. So if you want to protect what should be private information online, click the link in my description and use my code FarmerGrace, I will put it on screen for you, to get 60% off your annual plan. That's a lot of percent off. Again, use my code FarmerGrace for 60% off your annual plan. They have 4 different plans to choose from so that you can pick one that best fits your needs and protect yourself online, guys. It is very important. Thank you so much to Incogni for sponsoring today's video, and thank you so much to all of you guys watching for making opportunities like this possible for me. Now, let's get to the surprise. Dun 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 dun. I'll tell you about it in a minute, but the plans I have for this truck, other than the things that it needs, is manual swap it because unfortunately it is an automatic, and I'll probably have to get a new bed for it. To be honest, I didn't want to do a whole lot to the outside, but because this side looks pretty good, and I like the, it's not patina, but the patina look, I guess you could say. I like the imperfections about it, especially this window. That looks really good. But I just like the way that it looks. I think it looks so cool. But you get to this side, and we've got a dent up here, which I'm not super worried about. I mean, it's pretty straight for the most part, except for this fender. And I thought about just getting new fenders for it, but the bed is starting to rust. So I think I'm just gonna get a whole new bed for it. I am gonna two-tone it. I'm not gonna tell you guys what color, so leave your guesses down in the comments. But that was like one of the first things that I was like, yes, I'm gonna do that, because I've always wanted to do a truck this color, and I don't want to paint the whole truck because I like the way that it looks. So I'm just gonna do the bottom, like from this body line right here down, and then the fenders. Let's get into the info on this truck, because when I tell you guys, You guys are gonna freak, I hope. It's a 1992 12 valve, obviously, extended cab long bed dually. It has 184,000 original miles. Yeah! I got it for a really good price. I bought it from the most amazing couple. So it was their daughter that had it listed, obviously, on Facebook Marketplace, because I'm always on Facebook Marketplace. And I was talking to their daughter about it, and she was so sweet. Like, the whole family is just so sweet. Like, I'm going back to visit them. That's how much of an impact they made on me. But they have had this truck since it was almost new, I believe. But it runs good. It drives good. The interior... Oh, sorry, buddy. I'm gonna have to rip off that beautiful window mod. The driver's seat does not scoot up, so I got this snazzy pillow to put in here. I mean, the interior looks pretty good. And it does have the fold down seats. It's not on that side, it's right here. But it does have the two fold down seats in here. That's the door panel. Yeah, I know. So it has power windows. They don't work, so I'm gonna convert to crank windows. I forgot to tell you guys why it's even out here. So it was in the barn because of the window. It fell down. They had it propped up because it didn't work and they knew that it was loose. But whenever I was driving, I put it down because it was hot that day when we brought it home. And I knew that I had a place in the barn that I could put it until I got the window fixed. So the reason it's out here, though, is because I went to drive it to my sister's house and it literally died right there on the road. And that is because, so that solenoid way back, this thing right here, that is the fuel shutoff solenoid. And basically what it does, there's a plunger on the inside of it, and that plunger is what shuts off your fuel when you turn the key off. And on the end of that plunger is a little rubber piece, or plastic or whatever, and they tend to disintegrate, and like the pieces will clog it up, I guess. I don't really know. Don't take that as fact. It can present itself in a couple different ways. One is it won't shut off. And two is you'll start to lose power because the fuel is not getting to the engine. You'll start to lose power and then it won't start because it's not getting any fuel. So what happened to me is when we were bringing it home, we got like 30 miles away from here and I started to lose power. And by the time I got back to the farm, I couldn't go faster than 35 miles an hour. So we put it in the barn and I didn't know what was going on with it yet. And when we brought it to take it to my sister's house is when it died. And that's when I did a little more research and found out what was going on. Basically what we're gonna do is this solenoid right here, we're gonna take that out. We're gonna take the plunger out from inside of it. We're gonna put this back in as a plug so that the fuel doesn't, leak. And then we're going to take a piece of wire and connect it to this and run it to the cab. That way when I shut it off, I pull the wire and it cuts my fuel supply. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, well, you guys know I'm not very good at explaining things. Makes sense in my brain. Anywho, we're gonna take off this custom window. Unfortunately, it's not really my style. And before we do the solenoid, I have another mod that I want to do. I think you guys are really going to love it. So obviously the first thing I bought for this truck was this pink pillow as my booster seat. But the second thing I bought was this super cute pink rhinestone steering wheel cover. God, I hate putting these things on. Hold on. Okay. Dude, what the heck? I did not plan on sweating already. Oh, she's beautiful. In case you didn't know, my favorite color is pink. Beautiful. Should I rhinestone two-tone it? Oh my God, do you know how forever that would take? All right, anyway, now that we've got that done, we can get started on the solenoid, and then we have to put an alternator in it also, but I'm gonna get the fuel taken care of and then we'll take it up to the shop. We'll work on it there because I didn't bring all my tools out here except for the ones I needed for the fuel solenoid. So I'm gonna do that first and then we'll take it up to the shop where all the tools are to do the rest. Oh, I also need a fan shroud, but that's a project for later. Cheers. Ooh, that's spicy. All right, guys, so I bought this set of wrenches just for this project because they're short and I didn't have any that were short, and I also didn't have any that I was willing to cut. So we're gonna take this back to the shop, and I kind of marked it not very well, but I have an idea of where I need to cut at, and I'm gonna bend it right here to get a little bit of an angle because it is really hard to get in there. I'll see if I can show you. As you can see, I'm hitting this bracket right here, and I don't feel like taking the bracket out and bending it. And then I'm also hitting this thing right here, and I don't know if shaving that side out is really gonna do much, but I'm gonna do it anyway while I have it up there. And then I'm gonna bend it right here just to help me get a little more, I guess, clearance up here so I can hold this more vertical. So that's the plan. Let's go do that and hope that helps. I am gonna bring the grinder back down here with me just in case I need to grind a little bit more on it. So let's go to the shop and do that. Wow, this fridge set is so nice. I don't know if that's enough, but something very unfortunate though is I don't know where the grinder is, and I think it might be in my dad's truck. You might have to pause this project, unfortunately. Angling it did help, but I still am definitely gonna have to cut this side off. And I don't have the grinder, and I don't know where it is. I think what I'm gonna do is probably come back to this later this afternoon because I have some stuff at my house outside that I could work on. It's been raining non-stop pretty much for the last like 4 days. This is the first day of sunshine. I think since I don't have the grinder and I really don't want to do the alternator and stuff over here, I think I might just go home and do the stuff outside that I need to do at home. I might also go ahead and order a fan shroud because I'm gonna need that too. Matter of fact, let me do that right now. Good news, guys. They don't make them anymore. That means that I'm gonna have to order a custom one. Okay, I ordered it. $212 later. Finally, I got the grinder and gave our wrench a little haircut. Looks beautiful, huh? Hopefully this will do the trick, but I'm gonna take the grinder with me just in case I need to shave off a little bit more. There's a better look at it. It's a few hours later, quite a few hours actually. I was able to get my work at home done, which is nice because I've been putting that off only for like 3 months. So today was the perfect day to do that. Finally got it on there. I don't know, I had to shave it down like 5 more times. Okay guys, I'm in a much better mood today than I was yesterday. Last night I could not get this freaking thing off. And you know, this isn't like a pressing matter, so I was like, I'm just gonna go home and I know that I'll be better if I just kind of take a moment to relax and do a little bit more research and see if I can't find a better way to get this solenoid out of there, because I was getting really mad, and I know that I do nothing productive when I get really mad. So I was right. I came back this morning and literally in 10 minutes I got it off. So let me show you what I did. I took the throttle linkage bracket off. There it is right there. It's two 13mm nuts and a 10mm bolt. And then I bent this bracket back. A lot of people have theirs cut. It literally serves no purpose. This part does. Serves no purpose. So I just bent it back. I saw another person do that. And then I was able to get my wrench on the solenoid. I still had to use my, look at that. I stopped filming last night and I ended up shaving this down way far. But it was fine because I ended up needing it to be that skinny on this side. So it still worked out really good. I was able to get it off, but the plunger is stuck in there. That right there, that's the plunger, and it's stuck. Well, I got these. We'll try these. I look like I'm going in for surgery. I want to be super careful. Oh God, I dropped it. Literally right after me saying I want to be super careful, I drop it on the ground. Okay. I found it. Okay, I found it. And I also found the 10mm bolt that I dropped earlier. So that's good. I think I misspoke yesterday. So what can happen, like say if your truck won't shut off, if you're having that issue, this piece, sometimes pieces will break off of it and they'll fall down in the pump. And what happens is when it goes to close the fuel, it still lets a little bit of fuel by, because it's not able to close it off all the way because there's cracks and there's pieces taken out of it. So there's still fuel getting by on that. It's not a good seal. But what can also happen, and what happened to me, because I don't know if you can tell, but this is in really good shape. So I'm definitely going to keep this just in case. What can happen is the solenoid itself can go bad. There's a magnet in here that holds this up. And then when you go to shut it off, it pushes it down and it shuts off the fuel. And what happened to me is that magnet went out and it wasn't able to retract the plunger, which wasn't letting any fuel by, which is why I was losing power and it wouldn't start. Since I'm going to do the manual shut off, I don't need that. There's also a little spring that goes up in there. And then there's an O-ring that sits on it. But I can take all of that off since I'm going to be doing the manual shut off. So anyway, now that I got the plunger out, we can just go right back in, and it is a tight squeeze. All right, I just got it back in there. It's just hand tight, but I had to take the terminals off because they kept hitting and it wouldn't let me turn it all the way. So I'm gonna put those back on and hopefully I don't drop this thing. I shouldn't have said that because now I'm gonna drop it. All right, guys, finally, it's back in there. There she is. Now I'm going to hook back up everything that I took apart, my throttle linkage and the intake horn. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to give her a go, see if she'll start. I might have to bleed the injectors. I don't know. I've never done anything like this before, so. All right, team. We're all back together. All right, guys, so I cracked a couple injector lines. They're all getting fuel, so I tighten those back up. And then if you can see right there, right above my finger, the little gray knob, that is the primer pump on the fuel pump. So I hit that a few times and I'm gonna try and start it. I think I might have enough power. If it starts over or if it turns over quick, I think I'll have enough power to get it started, and that's really all I need the battery for. So let's see what we got. Dang it. All right, let me turn my truck around and we'll hook up the jumper cables. All right, here we go. Hi. Is that better? It looks like it's gonna rain today. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. They're out putting fungicide on our wheat today. It just died. Not right here. Oh my God. Well, at least I stopped before we rolled into the road. Wow, this is embarrassing. Let me go get my pickup. Luckily we only made it this far. So let me walk over there and get my truck. I just texted my friend Allie because I told her yesterday, I was like, if I get the truck started tomorrow, I want you to come out and help me get some videos of it if you have time. And she was like, okay, yeah, sounds good. Just let me know if you get it started. Texted her, said, I got it started. She just texted me and said, yay. Yeah. Well, God. I got it started. You guys saw that. And I drove it, instead of backing it out on the road and trying to get it to the shop, just in case it died again, I wanted to be able to drive it back here to the barn before I got on the road with it. Just because I don't have any help today. And we've got a sprayer out here and I didn't want to block the road. Also, what is this? Oh, hold on, I gotta pick this up before someone runs over it. It's a flat tire. already did run over it. Me, of course, because I cut this yesterday. And nobody's been here except for me. But so far, it's running okay. That fuel filter was absolutely disgusting, so I'm thinking that might have been part of the issue. There's something going on. I don't know what it is. It's something, that's for sure. Oh yeah. That's custom. All right. So the key's on, key's off, and it's still running. Just like that. So I just need to get me a pull to stop thing and hook that up, and then we'll be good. Okay, now it's time to put on the new alternator. I had to go home and change into some shorts because it's getting pretty warm out today. All done. Got the battery hooked back up. Let's try and start it. Hopefully it has enough battery from when we drove it earlier. Absolutely not. Okay, let me turn my truck around and we'll jump it, hopefully for the last time.